This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. Play action. Now it's Lance. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Well, for Trey Lance, not only was he the youngest quarterback in the 2021 draft class, but many say he had the strongest arm, too. And he showed it off here. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. Lance looking to throw it. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Commanders are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
A loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 12-yard line.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
No gain on the play. Leads to third and 11.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
In motion, Hill. On fourth down, Tannehill. And going deep for Hill. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. Well, this defense for the Commanders is very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Lance. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sent back at the 38. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. And they set him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line. Needed 13, they got 14 on 3rd down. A starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Second and 5 now. Lance, he'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. They'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Mitchell, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. Lance on the keeper. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave him.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Christian McCaffrey halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Tannehill. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Right. Now Tannehill. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tannehill on 1st down. He'll hit Mostert again here. On the move past the 40. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Tannehill throwing again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Eagles are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And all the way down to the 42. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. Christian McCaffrey, a guy that can beat you in so many ways. He's a threat to go the distance literally every time he touches the football.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff
that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Here we go, back. Here, back. Red, yellow. Black shot.
Here's Lance to throw it. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
The offense on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Come on, back. 10 cycles.
Lance and company going on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Lance. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Again, McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Lance on the keeper. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Tannehill intercepted again. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. And nowhere to go. He goes down to the turf in the end zone. Tannehill taken down for the safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough. And that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
In motion comes the tight end left. Second down, here's Mostert again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Running the counter with Mostert. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeForest Buckner able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
At the 36-yard line.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. To throw on second down is Tannehill. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Third and long, it's Tannehill. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Escaping the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Now Tannehill with a little touch pass to his wideout. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Tannehill. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here we go on 4th, Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
Lance going to try to throw for this. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They're going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They run with Mostert off the option. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The slot man in motion right.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Sanders' kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing.
And he coughed it up. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On first down, they go with Mostert again. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Tannehill. And Tannehill's got the first as he slides to a halt. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Raheem Mostert. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back.
That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes your plays get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Lance. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. From midfield, here's Lance. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossen. And the Commanders are right back in this football game. And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games, or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Off play action, Tannehill. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So Washington now with an important 2-point conversion attempt. Tannehill. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Lance. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. The Eagles send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Tannehill going to get this forward on the jet sweep. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
And the question now, can they get closer on 3rd down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder. Now a give to Mostert running right. And some room to work. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Lance looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Lance back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Desperation time here. Lance. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Throwing now, Tannehill. And going deep for Hill. And now here's another interception. And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. But like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your guys can win in the air. This time, though, this defender got up there, and that was the end of the ball game. Close one throughout. One team just had a little bit more at the end than the other.
So for the Commanders, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem.